What is a fact about raising infants that everyone should know? Shocking how quickly they develop their own distinct preferences, which at their age they are willing to die on a hill for because they don't know any different. When they are crying, it's for a reason. Sometimes that reason is that they don't like the color of the air at that moment. But go through the essentials first: fed, diaper, needs burped, then check for weirder things: hair tied around a toe, something under them bunched weird, and then just remember that this is the only way they really have to communicate. Maybe they are bored or just upset that they can't run a marathon yet. A crying baby can be the hardest thing to deal with in the world. Don't be afraid to walk away as long as they are safe, and take some very deep breaths and maybe a shot, and go back into the ring. Remember all the times you've tried to explain something to someone who just wasn't getting it, and remind yourself that's how they feel. I just started chatting and singing and doing silly dances during my kiddo's witching hour. Went on very long walks with her. Eventually it gets better. Never ever shake them. And they have a soft spot on their head called a fontanelle. Be careful with it. The first couple months are extremely difficult, especially for mom if she is breastfeeding. Then it gets quite a bit easier until they can walk. Then it gets really hard again. Definitely enjoy that brief reprieve in the middle lull. You can't feed them water. If you are feeling overwhelmed and anxious and like you're about to explode because the baby just won't stop crying, it's okay to put them down in their crib for 5 minutes and close the door. They'll be okay for a little while, and it gives you a chance to get a drink of water, breathe and calm yourself down. It's definitely better than doing something you can't undo. Do not feed them honey. Honey can contain spores, bacteria that can cause botulism. Adults can defeat the bacteria, but babies are very susceptible to it. Don't give them honey until they are at least 1 year old. You have to trim their nails or they'll claw the shit out of themselves. I had no idea about this until I became a parent. No one talks about trimming baby nails. An infant can drown in water that is 1 inch deep. Stay vigilant. Each infant is different. What works or advice from other parents may not work out with your own baby, which is completely fine. You can't spoil them. You're doing great, keep going. If you plan on using daycare, in some places it is tough to find and you need to reserve your spot when there is a twinkle in your partner's eye. Do not wait until baby is born. They will get sick. You're probably not going to sleep well for a little bit. You'll have to work around their schedule when it comes to sleep. You're going to go through a lot of diapers and milk and food. You're going to have to learn to keep dangerous stuff away from them: cleaners, knives, glass, medicine. A infant and toddler will mostly be monkey see monkey do, so you'll have to mind your PS and QS and cross your TS and dot your is around them. You want the best for them, so you'll have to lead the way. They depend on you. Being an adult might be stressful, but to them, it's the coolest thing in the world. You can't spoil a baby. If they need cuddles, food, attention, give them it. They cannot manipulate you. If your baby sneezes while you're changing a diaper, poop can travel up to 8-10 ft. Arrange furniture accordingly. Gagging is noisy. Choking is silent. Don't panic if your child takes a big bite and the gags and reaches it out. Common panic if they take a big bite and then go silent, but are clearly in distress. Uncommon. They move faster than you think. All clothing and jewelry will be decorated with baby spit up.